Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got an article by Bleacher Report. Dark horse destinations for NBA's most interesting 2020 free agents, guys. So straight up, man, these articles been carrying the damn past few weeks out there just because it's so weird. Because normally, like, every year you have, like, one kind of, like, dark period where there's no NBA news, like, right before the NBA season. All their teams are good to go and stuff like that. But this year we're going to have two because we have the dark period before the resuming of the NBA. Then later on, like, whenever the next season starts, has that been announced yet? Was it like December? Be another dark period right before that, man. So, you know, not a lot of NBA news going on right now, but, you know, these articles have been a lot of fun to react to and stuff. So y'all don't mind dropping that like, showing that crispy ass support, man, would be greatly appreciated. And, yeah, let's check out this article, man. So we got free agents you won't see. These guys are going to re-sign with their team. Mike Conley, early termination option. That sounds horrible. I have no idea what an early termination option is, but that just sounds like he's just being eliminated. Okay, we got Anthony Davis player option, DeMar DeRozan player option. How much is DeMar's? Is it like it's like $30 million, isn't it? Yeah, there's no way he's walking away from that. I can see him accepting it, then getting traded to a different team, assuming he has like no trade clause or however that goes in the last year of a deal. Drummond, yeah, he'll never get paid as much money as he's getting that last year of his player option. Gordon Hayward's going to be back. Ingram restricted, definitely going to get matched. Okay, so here we go. Not reading all this right here. Goran Dragic, number 1 to the Toronto Raptors. That actually does make quite a bit of sense right there. He's got a few years left in him. You know, I would personally like to see him go to like the Los Angeles Lakers. I just feel like that starting point guard spot would be absolutely perfect for Dragic at this point in his NBA career. But the Raptors, you know, is like a 6-man role, assuming that Fred VanVleet is going to sign somewhere else. We all know that Freddie is going to get himself a bag out there, guys. Like, straight up, he definitely deserves it. I know I'm on the Pistons. I know the Knicks, there's been talks of him going there and stuff. I know a lot of Raptors fans want to keep him too, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, how much money are they going to want to pay for a guy that's going to be a backup until Kyle Lowry retires? Maybe they trade Kyle Lowry. Who really knows, man? We got to see how these playoffs go. But, you know, let's assume Fred VanVleet goes somewhere else. Yeah, getting Goran Dragic on like a 2-year, $20-ish million deal, something like that, $10 million a season, just to back up Kyle Lowry and bring some good offense and good leadership qualities. I think definitely makes a lot of sense. Okay, so this, yeah, it says right there, Fred VanVleet just signed a near max money with the New York Knicks contingency. Not max, with the Detroit Pistons. Although I don't know if I want to sign them to a max contract. That's not, I don't know, man, maybe. Next we got Avery Bradley, a player option going to the Atlanta Hawks. This actually makes a lot of sense. Avery Bradley on the Hawks would be fantastic, man. I mean, obviously he's not the same player he once was due to, you know, age and also just injuries over the years and stuff like that, man. But regardless, Trae Young, for as great as he is, he's like the worst defensive guard in the NBA, and Avery Bradley is one of the best defensive guards in the NBA. You know, his offense is whatever. He can knock down threes and stuff like that, can kind of create his own shot, not as good as his Boston Celtics days. But, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Would I start him? I mean, I don't know if I would start him or not. I feel like you want to either continue to develop Kevin Huerter. Maybe Cam Reddish gets to start out there. But regardless, could definitely be used on that team. You know, probably getting about 25 or so minutes per game. I like the idea of that one a lot. That's a good team for him to go to. And that's just assuming that the contract's right and he's not really too big on contending, because that's not really going to be happening over there, right? At least not for a few seasons. And then again, Trae Young, he surprised us once with becoming a damn superstar so soon. He might surprise us again and lead the Hawks to like the first seed next season or something. Probably not, but that would be kind of crazy. We got Jay Crowder to the Denver Nuggets. So one of those, you know, multi-positional wing players out there, can play the small forward or power forward position, can knock down some shots. You know, every now and then is good for, good for like a big time game, but for the most part, you know, your basic role player right there. And yeah, for the Nuggets right now, you would have to think that Paul Millsaps is probably gone after this season. If not, he's going to re-sign back. But he's like 35 or 36. They got Michael Porter, who is nice. I think he's ready to go, but he still has the back injuries lingering and stuff. Will Barton's on the team playing small forward. He's nice. But, yeah, Jay Crowder gives you a little bit of an insurance policy out there. Can play both those positions. And, yeah, I mean, just one of those guys that you wouldn't mind having on a team that's trying to contend. Like, you're not asking him to go out there and drop 30 a game. Like, Jay Crowder ain't doing it like that. But just a nice player. And he rocks number 99, man. I gotta respect that. Like, wearing the number 99, good for you, man. Kind of a trollish number if you think about it, though. Ooh, we got Evan Fournier, player option to the Detroit Pistons. Man, yo, sign me up for this right here, guys. I feel like Evan Fournier is actually one of the most underrated players in the NBA. This guy can get you like 17 points per game. Now, I will say, I don't know how he would feel about, going from Orlando, which is a nice area, to Detroit. Like Detroit's got some nice areas, guys. Especially if you go up north and stuff, you got like the Great Lakes, the good time. But yeah, man, so he's like 6'7". Now, with that being said, if he's on the team, what happened to my boy Luke Kennard? Is Luke Kennard gonna be like starting center or something like that? I don't really know. I would hope, like I'll probably say my dream lineup would be Fred VanVleet. Well, Steph Curry, LeBron James, no, Fred VanVleet, Luke Kennard, Evan Fournier would be nice. Blake Griffin, healthy. Christian Wood. Sekou Demboya, like if Blake Griffin leaves, okay, that's fine. I don't mind developing Sekou, but I think he's probably gonna be on the bench for a few seasons. That's just kind of where he's at. He's only 19, youngest player in the NBA. I think it's actually only 18 or something like that. Not really sure, but yeah, Fournier would be really nice. Just give this team some much needed scoring, and that would allow us to not Tony Snell anymore. Just never have to Tony Snell ever again. Okay, not a bad player, though. Tony Snell's not. Next up, we got Marc Gasol to the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, yeah, Marc Gasol is just kind of like one of those plug-in play centers that would work on essentially any team out there. Dallas Mavericks probably could get him for a pretty solid deal out there. Would be another good insurance policy, assuming that Dwight Powell doesn't come back completely 100%, which I think he had, an ACL tear or something like that, so you never really know. But yeah, can shoot the three ball. Defense is still there. Obviously not playing 35 minutes a game anymore, but can get you probably about 15 to 20. Makes sense. It would not be asked to do a lot because to play out there, Luka and Kristaps Porzingis, they can be like the focus of the team, obviously. So once again, pretty decent signing. For me personally, I want to see him go to the Golden State Warriors. I just feel like that's like the most perfect fit in the world, but we'll see if that happens or not. Next, we got Jeremy Grant to the Miami Heat. So another one of those versatile players, wing players that plays great defense, can knock down three-point shots. Now, I would like to see him, go to the, or like stay with the Denver Nuggets or whatever. Is he on the Nuggets still? I know he was on the T-Wolves for a bit, wasn't he? Man, I forgot where he's at, guys. It's been a while since I've seen Jeremy Grant's status out there. But regardless, another one of those players that pretty much fits in any system in today's NBA. So for the Miami Heat, yeah, would probably be their starting power forward, assuming they don't get like a Danilo Gallinari or somebody like that. But I like everything about his game, and he fits in right with that role player grit and grindness of the Miami Heat, where it's just like everybody's going to go out there and eat. You love players that fit into that mindset and are not ball hogs and stuff and don't buy into the team system. Okay, next up, we got Joe Harris to the OKC Thunder. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Right now, they're starting small forward is Terrence Ferguson, which, I still say the jury's out on him. Like, he could still end up being a really solid player. But for now, especially if they decide to, keep Chris Paul and Gallinari and just kind of, run it back next season, see what they can do. Having a guy like Joe Harris who could just be a knockout three-point shooter can kind of put the ball in the court a little bit. Every now and then I'll watch, a Brooklyn Nets game and he just, drives to the basket. I'm like, oh, he can do that too. But, yeah, having to be, a catch-shoot three-point shooter would probably be the best bet for him. Playing off two great guards like Shea and CP3. He's going to get a lot of wide open shots and stuff, man. So I do like that fit also. Okay, next up we got Justin Holiday to the Portland Trailblazers. So Justin Holiday, a good three-point shooter, good perimeter defense, also a good mid-range shooter. I know that because I just got him today in a video on my main channel, Crispy Flakes, where I put Joel Embiid on the Golden State Warriors. Go check that out, guys. It was a rebuild. And that's the top three things listed for Justin Holiday on there, man. But, yeah, once again, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse right here. Is that the saying? If not, that sounded really creepy. What if that's just not a saying at all? And I just said that. Beating a dead horse. Nobody's ever said that. And then all of a sudden, Crispy Flakes is like, that's just how his mind works. Tell me if that's a saying or not, guys. Or am I crazy? Let me know in the comment section below. Could actually be both. But yeah, once again, man, Alfred Camino, Mo Harkless. The Trailblazers got rid of both those guys. Ronnie Hood out with injuries and stuff like that. Those wing players that play defense and bring a little offense, very important, guys. Very important. We are realizing that in the NBA more than ever now, where pretty much any player can, put the ball in the court and stuff like that and do some things on the perimeter. So you need those versatile defenders like that, man. And Justin Holiday definitely can be that and give them some much-needed spacing on that team. Okay, next up we got Serge Ibaka to the Los Angeles Clippers. Okay, so it does make sense. Serge Ibaka, NBA champion, knows how to get it done, knows how to play his role out there. I think this would probably assume that Montrezl Harrell doesn't come back to the team. Or maybe, they just don't want to pay Montrezl Harrell because, once again, Montrez is a top bench player in the NBA. Could essentially start for probably like 25 NBA teams out there, if we're being realistic. Could start for the Clippers, but they use him off the bench because they got Zubac out there. So, yeah, maybe, Montrez signs elsewhere. And they give Serge Ibaka like a 1 or 2 year deal, which actually makes sense because that his age and everything like that would definitely match up with the contracts of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Almost said Joel Embiid. That team would be crazy too, man. I'd watch that team. Well, I would watch it as I cried because, my team is the Pistons and we would not have Joel Embiid and Kawhi Leonard, but it's all good. But no, I would fit right into their system. It would be, really easy. So nothing wrong with that one right there. And then finally, we got Paul Millsap to the New Orleans Pelicans. Yeah, I mean, the only way I see them doing this is if they decide to go like that Houston Rockets route of running like a more smaller ball line. By the way, Paul Millsap on the Rockets makes a lot of sense. If they did that, then I guess you could run a front court of like Brandon Ingram, Paul Millsap at the 4, and you try Zion at the 5. I actually think the plus minus on Zion at the center spot, it's very limited, but with the amount he's actually played at that spot. But when he was like the sole big man out there, he was dominating. So they might actually go to that a lot next NBA season. So yeah, Paul Millsap definitely fits in with that, guys. I mean, I would much rather see him go to like a contender. Not saying the Pelicans can't be that. I just think it's a little premature saying that next season. I think we're still about 2 or 3 seasons away from a really big-time Pelicans contending team. Like, they'll get there. We'll see that next stepping stone next season. Maybe a top 6 team in the Western Conference, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So, I don't know if Paul Millsap really fits in with what they're doing out there, man. But we'll see what happens, guys. Anyway, what you all think about this, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. And peace out, my friends.